Well, welcome to Sydney. I didn't think you were going to come back again, so I'm really pleased.
You know, it's a direct flight. You just get on an airplane and go, and go, and go, and go, and go, and go.
Oh.
We didn't come over on the plane.
Got a couple of questions. To do with your channeling, why are there different messages come from different channelers? Like yours is all positive and saying certain things, then there's other channelers that give very negative messages.
Well, your question comes at a perfect time after we've been describing these points of attraction. In other words, Esther is tuned to that which we are, and we know about well-being. Some of the others perhaps may not be on the same wheel.
The channeler, the person, or the energy that they're channeling?
Well, the thing that's most important to understand is that everything is vibrational, and the vibrational frequencies transcend all dimensions. And so when someone has been physically focused and they reemerge into non-physical, the pure positive energy part of you is what reemerges, and anything other than that is left behind, left along your physical trail. So as you begin translating vibration, it's a little bit disconcerting. Esther remembers in the beginning not having any real way to understand from what platform we were broadcasting. Who are you? We couldn't explain it to her. Where do you live? We couldn't explain that either. We said to her, you're going to have to evaluate that which we are by the resonance that you feel and by the results of your association with that vibration. It's the only way you know. So we want to emphatically say to you that anyone who is tapped into source energy is delivering to you a message of well-being, because that's what source energy knows, you see. It is only in your physical form that you pinch yourself off from the well-being and begin to describe from your perspective of things not the same. So every thought that you think is vibrational, and every thought that's ever been thought is still vibrating out there somewhere. And so wherever you tune your frequency, you have access to those rivers or streams of thoughts. Sometimes a person, a very well-meaning person, will tap into a stream and they will be certain that it's not them, because it's not things that they knew. It's powerful, it's stronger, it's dynamic, it's forceful, it's flowing with enough momentum that they feel the power of what they're receiving. But the question is it momentum that's been gathered in these rivers and streams from the spin-off of man's concern? So you just have to evaluate for yourself. And what we are always asking of you is that you feel for the resonance of your own source. The most frequent comment that Jerry and Esther have received from those like you who have been listening to Abraham over the years is, it feels like what I've always known. It feels like returning home to who I really am, you see. And of course, it's all about vibrational frequency, isn't it? In the early days, Esther was annoyed with this subject. Abraham, why can't you guys get your story straight? She would say. It would make it ever so much easier if everyone were explaining the same thing. Why aren't you all giving us the same answers? And we said, because you are not all asking the same questions, and you are not in a place of receiving the answers that we are giving you without some understanding of vibration. You have to prepare yourself for the receiving of the pure positive energy that is you see. You can't just turn on your transmitter and begin transmitting. It takes some practice, that's all. Esther meditated for 9 months and began receiving us during that part. And we are not for a moment suggesting that everyone does not have access to that which we are. You do. We're just saying, if you're getting something that doesn't feel good, it's not us. And it's not source, and it's not well-being, and it's not who you are, and it's not the heart of that which you are. It's the spin-off of man's worrisome thought that you've picked up along your physical trail, you see.
Okay, so it's an energy, but it's not source energy.
Because everything is. Well, we're nitpicking over words, aren't we? Because there's a source of it. It's just not the source. In other words, we like to explain to you that there's not a source of evil or a source of darkness. You don't walk into a room and look for a dark switch. You don't expect to flip a switch and put inky, misty darkness to cover up the light. You know that you can resist the light, but the source is that of light, you see. And so the same is true of what man wants to call devil. He's just pinched himself off from the light. And then as he stands in the darkness, he's certain that he wouldn't have done it to himself. So he assigns a personality to it and gives it a placement somewhere, but is all that which he is conjuring in order to justify the perspective that he holds. And we certainly understand how when you're standing in a place where things aren't working out that well for you, you don't want some bright, shiny ghost saying to you, you create your own reality, you know. But you do. You do.